Cross-armed and weary, the bartender begrudgingly makes eye contact with you.
What do you have? Friend of yours? He was here a few days ago. Seems to have come in to have a chat with your man over in the corner booth.
So the old man wasn't bluffing.
Head of the dog? Suit yourself. No, I don't think we have. I'm Lucia. What brings you back?
Not, why'd you leave, blessedly. She knows her audience.
Oh. Don't let yourself get too carried away if nothing turns up. What do you have? It's on the house.
She reaches for a half-full bottle of pink-tinged liqueur. In due course, a small trumpet-shaped glass appears before you. The glass makes a little thunk as it hits the bar. You down it in one go.
I saw you were talking to your friend. No, he's been drinking here for the last week or so. Said he was expecting you.
Length of time he's been waiting for you to walk through the door. Unknown.
Mostly drinking and fiddling.
He can't have just been waiting for you.
You mean reunion, all of that. I try not to think about it. I don't know about all that. Sounds like the sort of thing they'd want us to think. Like that rubbish about the invisible aircraft carriers. Close by. I grew up about 5 minutes from here. If you're born Kisok, you never really leave.
A true partisan.
You know why they call it Party Alley? It's Calle del Partido, from when we still had El Partido Comunista. They built the plaza around the Palace of Culture, not the other way around.
The bartender can't suppress a wry smile as she shakes her head no.
Don't tell me you're in Portofino for...
It's better than admitting you don't know why you're here.
It's a payphone to the west of here. It overlooks the water. You'll know it from the group of excited old men nearby. Drink up, we...
Oh, you're none at all. Of course. Not a clue.
Every path to her erased.
No, that kind of thing isn't for me.
He really wants you to believe that.
Sure. Unusual name. May have heard it on the wind once or twice, but no. There's something in the back of my mind telling me I've heard that word being shouted somewhere near.
Tempo had that effect on his surroundings. As you depart,
What?
The boy huddles into his cocoon of mismatched fabric.
There's a weird one in that clinic right there. Really weird. Cool. I don't know. I hang out like, what? See you around.
Drift away, Stardust. I'm a second-hand dream dealer.
You don't recognize the song.
Are you being serious? You don't know Ultravioleta?
Ultravioleta, a Lusian pop star. The one who seems to be everywhere suddenly.
Is that outfit your middle-aged history teacher costume?
Don't be mean. We're representing the Ultras right now. This is what we call fan shifting. We become Ultravioleta, and we sing her songs as an act of faith and love.
They perform a parody of the fascist ideal of femininity. Is it earnest or ironic? Your head swims.
Why do you have that? How did you get that? That's secret UV lore, not for someone like you.
The adolescents will only open up to those they recognize as their own. This may call for a disguise.
Oh yeah? What's your favorite?
Cover the Moon When I'm Gone. Her most popular song? We know her entire discography.
Nobody understands except the Ultras. Ultras are ultra fans of Ultravioleta. It's a lifestyle commitment. Some of us have even died for this.
Respect for the martyred Ultras.
They both strike the same stiff pose and V-shaped.
All right.
Mass suicide. They didn't even have to plan. They just heard the lyrics and knew. It was time to jump off the balcony of their parents' apartment building.
We live on the ground floor. I'd have to, like, slit my throat or something.
Pseudopod didn't seem like a suicide, but he was listening.
Nah. It was just one live performance on the radio a few years ago.
So stupid. Like, what are they afraid of? That we'll see what we're missing out on and realize Portofiero's a wasteland? Everything. The whole world is moving on without us out there. That's really sad. There's nothing good here. And anything that is good is a giant pain to find. Like, we've been trying to get a genuine Lusian disc player for months.
The mask shakes with a derisive laugh.
Sarcasm, not very Moonglow. Whole thing is so moronic.
Censorship is basically backwards rape. And that's not very Moonglow in any direction.
Yeah?
She recorded Glass Meadow when she had a 39-degree fever. Her favorite month is Tritos. She's allergic to strawberries.
I know her real name.
No, you don't. Stop telling people that. That's a theory, not a...
Violeta doesn't want anyone to know. She took a vow. She abandoned her old name when she dedicated her soul to music. It came to me when I was listening to El Lugar Donde Nací, right after the second verse, when the mellotron beat kicks in. I just heard her telling me.
That is so moronic. You did not.
Auditory hallucinations. Teenage hysteria.
It would be wrong.
The girls fall quiet, an invisible string drawn taut between them.
We are both Moonglow.
Equally? Moonglow. Yeah, there are some good ones. Nobody's on the same level as UV, obviously. But Kyla Roja is cool, Bianca Cruz Blanca. Dia Domino would be sexy, but she got a boyfriend, so... Mimi Serafina's pretty okay for an old lady.
Blues is literally the only place making good music anymore. It's Sonido Futuro. There's no competition. What? You want to talk about the weather?
Yeah. It's been a few weeks now.
She'll be back. She's probably just hiding from all the publicity. Or it's all a promo thing for YBFAD. Or she got kidnapped. I heard that too. My brother says they're going to come for us next.
Nah. If they were protesting or whatever, then they'd say so. Radicals are always yelling.
Yeah, we're fan shifting right now. Not surprised you've never heard of it.
We like to do it together. It's fun to make the costume. And it's nice to sing to the world when it listens.
No. In fact, stay where you are. I don't want people mistaking us for some kind of trio. We're not pretending. Why can old people not wrap their heads around it?
Like that guy with the weird headphones the other day. No, maybe? I couldn't tell. He was so weird.
He came up to us out of nowhere and said, in some territories, impersonating the monarch is a crime punishable by death. Death.
So this headphones guy acknowledges the regency of Ultravioletta.
He didn't say fan. He said devotee.
Oh, maybe that's why Ultravioletta's been missing all this time. Maybe the weird headphones guy. Not weird, scary.
No way. But he looked so old.
It's unreal. Like, almost the exact embodiment of the Moonglow spirit.
You've lost him. Look at them, all dressed up for gang. But one of them's missing, and they're not doing fuck. Now shut him up. Now tell him what will happen when UV realizes she has such a useless gang.
Oh shit! That's totally something she'd do. No, he wouldn't let her. He loves her. Maybe even more than we do.
We've never seen her live. We've never seen her live, and now she's going to bite off her tongue?
Okay. He had a little mustache and a beige trench coat with weird lining. But we didn't see where he went. He could be anywhere.
We need to make an offering to Polaris. For
The skin of their hands pales when they grip each other tight.
you need it. You deserve it. Look at your hair.
She's harsh, but if she weren't a little horrible to you, then you might never know. So, it's a kindness, really.
Sure.
You're confronted by a striking image in bold. A handgun lies across her lap. On the table next to her, a beverage in an appealing slim can. In white text, contrasted against the... This woman is being paid to convince you it's nothing like the ones they have back in the People's Republics. Effa Red and Black Special Edition. The can is adorned with a handful of coffee beans. a sugar cane, and a splash of cream. In the developed world, advertisements no longer feature products, only vague promises of a lifestyle. She knows you're watching. She is nothing. An actor, likely hired on the basis of her fascinating hair. Counterculturally sure, but with a disregard for femininity that marks her as sexually unavailable. The words begin to blur before your eyes. Your eyes snap back into focus. The woman, the gun. Wait, don't leave her. Take her home with you. Yes, she belongs on that big blank wall next to your bed. Dried flakes of paste drift to the pavement as you peel the advert from the wall. You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you, its eyes wide. You step away. A slanted aluminium box is bolted into the pylon spine, beneath the friendly dolphin emblem. Inside, a slab of beige plastic, an old terminal, behind a clouded sheet of polyglass. No buttons on the outer housing that you can see. Your fingers find a steel drawer. A low wavering whine. System waking. Mem check 0001. Welcome to Renotel Control version 1.2. Available commands: 1. Line diag. 2. Trunkmon. 3. Network. Based on the available options, this is a maintenance terminal. You might be able to... So the name suggests. There's only one way to find out. You know, for monitoring trunks. The terminal clunks, as if it's exhaling static. The screen flickers, awaiting your input. Line diagnostic mode. Enter line diag node 04P03. Tone okay. Status active uptime 8 milli. Voltage minus 51.3 VD. You're not sure how yet, but the wealth of details should prove useful. You close the box. The young man leans back, his gaze slowly tracing your outline.
Hold up, hold up. Before you say a word, are you single? Or is this punishment for my voluminous sins? Alhamdulillah. Now you came to me for a reason. Tell me how I can help you. Only if you got mole vision. People come to me for all sorts of services. My name is Gold Eyes. I am a man of many endeavors. Forget about him. I can give you everything he can, and more. I'm always serious with you, but okay, I can see that fire in your eyes. I haven't seen it. Baby, not only am I a businessman, I am a purveyor of taste.
Jacket, pristine, not bootlegged. Nails recently manicured. Money made.
And I got fresh weed too. Just weed, on account of it being part of my religion. Everything else is haram.
This guy is a businessman first and foremost. No way he's not selling something if it can turn a profit.
I said all I can say on that. The freshest.
Astounding. Must have been harvested just a few days ago.
You'll be seeing lizards and volcanoes with this strain. That's not a guarantee, but it's not a lie either.
Goat Eye slips you a small foil bundle with a smile.
The universe provides. If you ever need to help yourself to the world's supplies, I have just the thing.
Presented between his finger and thumb, a small but sturdy metal prong, a lockpick.
All right, tell me what's on your mind. I'll be seeing.
A ladder hugs the edge of the canal, rusty in at its rungs, darkened, a lurch in your stomach at the sight of the drop. Your fingers itch for grip. The water's reddish tinge and oily distortions across the slick surface make it hard to see far. Wet cloth and iron dust. Tiny silhouettes drift beneath the surface, darting in irregular arcs. The canal passes right under the building. It's an old waterlock, used to grant passage to boats and barges passing through. Looking at the device, you don't see a panel or switch, like the one over there, to the east. There's a small room to the east. Might be worth a look. The building above looms. The intercom is covered by a protective plastic film. Yet another device bearing the Renotel emblem. Only recently installed, too. It curls under the edge of your fingernail and slides off in a single, unbroken piece. You can see your reflection, flipped in the unblemished metal. There's a compulsion to check your reflection every time you pass a mirrored surface. Like a hallway mirror glance on the way to a date. You do the same before you call Melita, even though you know she'll never see you. The indicator light flicks on. A high-pitched whine from the speaker.
Is it working? Can you hear me? Sorry, I can't just open the door. That's the point of this thing. I have to know.
A melodic voice that makes you think of flowers blooming in time-lapse.
Désolé. If you don't know, you're probably not supposed to be here.
Very vague, almost secretive.
Unfortunately, we don't really accommodate looks around.
The dermis of static masks and... This door opens for someone. That's why there's an intercom. We just need her to tell you who.
Bonjour.
The intercom gleam. The intercom...
Yes. Oh, merveilleux.
Let's see what we have to work with. Her tone, the foreign affectations, the unfamiliarity with technology despite it obviously being part of her job. Not to mention the lack of industry around the building. Yep, this is some kind of cultural front. Try that.
You're a poet.
Poetry. Good. Too officious for a reading group, so more likely.
The magazine is open for submissions, of course.
Poetry magazine. Direct here.
It might be better if you come in. I'll open the door.
Abandon all logic. You're about to enter the poet's domain. Poetry's easy. Make it short, make it vague. Among the many sections of the cabinet, you find a small stack of papers. 1. Read the poem silently, then aloud. Consider the line breaks and identify the meter and rhyme scheme, if any. Is the poem written in open form or closed form? A printed table labelled tetrasyllables. The first column contains hieroglyphics. The second has a series of words. Strange series of U-shaped symbols and underscores. You vaguely remember these are used to measure or describe the sound of poems. That's poetry's dirty little secret. Often enough, the rhythm follows a predictable pattern. And word selectors. Occasionally, punctuation dispensers. Proselyusmatic, ditroche, diam, coriam, antipast, dispondi. The word coriam has been circled in red pen. The same pen hanging from the younger woman's neck. Feels important, feels juicy. The corresponding meter notation reads -UU-. If you ever need it, you can now pluck that information from the archives. The paper spins in your tutorial guidelines for the interpretation and critique of the written verse. Whoever's using these isn't trying to get better at writing poetry. They're trying to get better at reading it. Notes have been scribbled in the margins. Read aloud, line breaks, too many metaphors. 2. Paraphrase the poem. You may wish to do this with the entire poem, or line by. 3. Consider the poet's word choice. Identify figures of speech, identify metaphors and or similes if they are present. Perhaps you are a creature Made for soul work. Don't count on that. Keep your day job for now. You put the papers... The editor-in-chief's desk is somewhat orderly. Among them, a luscious fountain, resin cabochon and palladium finish, worth 700 sol. The desk remains undisturbed. The editor among them, resin cabochon and palladium finish. First, a distraction. Keep her gaze away from the desk.
Oh, I'm afraid not. Few of those were made, you see. And so...
Grab first, then cover up. Now, your hand darts out, the trapdoor spider, and rolls the pen silently off the edge of the desk and into your pocket.
She understands, I'm sure.
With a flick, you slide the remaining pens into alignment. No gap remains, only the illusion of order.
Let's move on, yes? Wouldn't want to ruffle any feathers.
She will notice the missing pen in 4 days, but never once suspect you. The woman contemplates the spread of pages before her.
Ah, I wasn't expecting anyone today.
No, you are here to dominate.
That's right. We welcome any new and aspiring poets that can meet our quality bar. Certainly. Hire got schlick. Not to my knowledge.
A rapid montage of people entering and exiting this room over a series of months. All of...
It's a journal of contemporary poetry. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about it? Those are all drafts of our next issue. Each page is laid out, already formatted. Now the job is to decide on their sequence.
Finding order. She enjoys this. It keeps her together. Grounded.
We're very fortunate to enjoy the support of a very small yet dedicated readership. Oh, highly. In fact, many of our contributors are readers who feel called to join the ranks of those published in this review.
The Venn diagrams are a perfect circle.
No. That is, we receive the occasional grant from the Civilization Trust. I imagine you do. The review is open to all genres. Lyrics...
All these rare words roll off her tongue like a second language.
Please do. One becomes inundated with them in time. You'll find some in the box over there, by the door. We are still a modest operation, I have to admit. For the moment, it's only myself and my sub-editor.
We keep each other company, don't we, Haya?
It's true. Even without full staffing, the printing presses still take up so much space. Yes, I suppose.
It's like she was suddenly thrust upon a stage, all her lines unrehearsed.
Well,
Haya made the review from nothing. She's more than just the boss here.
I'm sure that is the case. Here, however, that isn't the problem.
She doesn't lack what's required of a boss. Something else has dismantled her authority. Must be something to do with her sponsor, the Civilization Trust.
Of course. Adieu.
Bonjour, bienvenue.
Knitwear ensemble, sensible boots. a collection of beaded necklaces. She smiles shyly as you take her in.
That's me.
A plucky literary aspirant, grinding away experience in the hallowed hall of art. Adorable.
That's what the lead editor keeps telling me too. Thanks for the encouragement. So, how can I help you? Nope. I remember everyone who's come in through that door, and we never had someone like that. Sorry. Guidelines for me to follow. When I do get a chance to look over submissions, this is the checklist to see what has merit and what does not.
You cannot weigh a soul with guidelines. Good. This poetry has rules and documents.
That sounds like technicality and poetry are incompatible. Maybe they are, and I just haven't learned that yet. Obviously, I can read. I mean, like close reading. The way we read poetry. No one's ever asked me that before. What?
One she can't bring herself to answer.
All right.
She rests her small palm on top of the sheet of paper and slides it towards her side of the desk. Away from you.
It's Deal. You're so contemporary. It's a poetry quarterly, small batch press, mid-tier distribution. Haya's really the person to talk to if you're looking for a mission statement, not me. That is who employs me, yes. She teaches me so much. I'm so lucky to be here. She's the best, really. So I see and hear. Proofreading, mostly. Occasionally coffee brewing, cabinet filing, and floor sweeping. Quite a bit of floor sweeping. I'm part of a placement program, getting young people situated with arts and cultural institutions. I'm very grateful. The magazine's sponsors saw that Haya and the review needed a helping hand. I'm just here to make sure everything runs smoothly. You should give it to Haya. Accepting submissions is way above my station, but yep, just the two of us.
She nods.
I will, and read.
Excuse me, you can't go in there. Staff and contributors only. Anyone who wants to is strongly encouraged to submit.
You return to the quiet.
Carmona saw you scaling the pylon, but she did not see the creep fall to his death. Oh. Well, engineering is good work. Carmona will not take comfort in that. Here. Some comfort in return. Not that Carmona's forgotten you came here with questions. Ask away. Ah, yes. He was fine superblock suey. I sent him to the docks west of here. Head boatman there reports directly to the bazaar manager, in charge of imports, exports. Maybe he knows where he went. Oh, yes, a bastardo. He seemed turned the bazaar into the bootleg bazaar, drawing Lusians, irritating the local mob. It's all men fighting, men. Haven't seen him or his assy assistant assing around for a while. They're probably shacked up somewhere, making the angels sick. Well, you ought to choose them better. Let him know he's a bastardo next you see him. He's not been himself. You know, he used to. Every day he was at the shrine by the western gate, offering and praying. What business has a man like that with the stars? Carmona doesn't keep track of us in names. And she's been collecting our payments for the last few weeks. Suddenly, we low people must tolerate a teenager managing the place on his behalf. I won't have it, Manuna. She... Enough indeed. This bazaar is always challenging. Lots to ask, lots to say. We're in the ruins of a silk numero 3, burnt down decades ago. But Carmona still remembers the smell of the flies. Humoring an old woman, doing your good deed for the day, buffing up your soul. Is that so? It started with the fire in a silk numero 3. Half the city worked for that company, and all of us suddenly out of work. It was very difficult times. But at first it was exciting. The whole city came to watch it burn. We drank, we sobbed. I danced with a soldier boy, who I had no intention of marrying. He's dead now. The flames subsided, and we waited like refugees around the cooling break for management to return, rebuild. They never did. So we began to search the ruins, see what we could salvage. One creates the other, and around they go. They probably did it themselves for the insurance. Carmona has nothing but time, but none for that mystery anymore. Only perhaps to wish it had been me. It was never mine, just borrowed him from another. And he's all right, Menina. Drink, work, hard living. We lead difficult lives. We expire. It is a happy memory. Yes. We loaded it up on the cargo boats as if it were dye. This area has been a market ever since, though the contents and bosses are changing like the leaves. It is a silk stone, our health, our hopes, our time. You are most welcome. People call it loose mania. The culture blockade was designed to protect the city from loose influence. But of course that just makes it more interesting to these people. That would be a terrifying world, Menina. People want all sorts of nonsense. Just let young people buy their fascist toys and wear their fascist clothes until they realize alone what fools they look. They say all the Lusian ministers are copies of one old philosopher. You know what that really means? Oh yes, imprints. These are inbreds, Menina. Ever seen pictures of royal families?
The vendor smushes her face with her hands, pulling at her chin and cheeks to deform them into new and exciting shapes.
That's how they look. Malformed from systemic diddling. Lusians just the same. Mark my words. Very good. Well,
She lowers her.
the dock workers suspect that they found an agent of the Weeping Eye. Found him taking Lusian money. Carmona doesn't believe it, though, Menina. He bought a beautiful coat from Carmona's stall just last week.
The dock workers must have had more information on him. Find out what you can. If there are Weeping Eye here, you need to know why.
It would never. It was a trench coat, multicolored, but predominantly oranges rags. It recalled the carpet bag of the olden variety.
The coat sounds familiar. This is the man who was talking to your special asset in Photo 24. He was at Photo 24 and your double was incapacitated.
And he always had a camera. Ask yourself, Menina, would a Weeping Eye man walk around with a camera? This is all a matter of taste, and not other. He was like a son to me, Menina. But no, never. The one you're wearing. I'm afraid so, Menina. They're Lusian, Menina. Bazaar's full of bootleg. Very well. A legends clothes, Carmuna calls them. Whatever has their favorite music on it. Bastardo. Enough indeed. Yes? Nestor.
Sweet Nestor, Portofiro's supreme leader from the years 28 to 80. He fled to an unknown location after being exiled for the third and apparently final time.
We used to paint that statue with all sorts of insults when it still stood. He promised us Nestorismo, a new type of politics, his own invention. A middle ground between the developed world and the superbloc. Ah, yes, I remember that one. But Bastardo Nestor thought Portofiro could be different.
She jerks her chin over to the statue.
You see how it went? Kisa, this is the heart of the city. Ours is the factory and the docks. We are proud, working people. In this... back before Silk burned down, that is. But we are still proud. Very good. Don't forget it.
You return to the rack. The rack sways with misspelled... Price tags rustle beneath your fingers.
Discount for you, Melina.
The rack sags a little. You turn away.
You've come back. I saw. A true public service you've performed. I concur. It was a blot upon the bazaar. I hesitated bringing this up earlier, but you might want to know. It seems you have a follower.
Hairs attentive.
A heavy-set man. Furtive, but surprisingly sprightly. He wears a truly garish coat.
A light crackle teases you. Could it be you've seen this person as well?
I've seen him around before, yeah. No, I don't think so. Of course. Depends on your definition of... There's an op... There doesn't seem to be a driver or any crew. Sometimes the wind carries an awful noise from it. Guttural and aggressive. Like some kind of primordial steel beast is locked in battle with a diseased swamp pig. If I had to choose, then I would say the steel beast would be my favorite combatant. But it was a simile. I hope nothing is amiss on board. Perhaps.
The smuggler inclines his head in silent recognition. He lowers his